We're here to kick off today's race at the infamous Circuit de Monaco. Drivers will need to be on their top form if they want to take home the win today. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers.
Hey guys, and welcome back to this is the driver career here in F1 2020 for the 1990s. Driver career for 3 races in this episode. We'll be doing Monaco, Austria and Canada. After Monaco it will be Canada, and then for the final race of this episode we'll be doing Austria, and that will take us to round 6 of the championship. So after this there's 2 more episodes to come out, but now for the 5 red lights. We are 3rd in the championship and starting 3rd on the grid. Here we go for the 5 red lights, trying to get a good getaway from the grid. Not too bad, not too good, as the McLaren's already fighting away. Is that the Benetton trying to come up inside? He nudges me into the wall, and there's a big pile up at turn 1 in. I have no idea what happened there. He tried to come up my inside. I was already in the turn in to the first turn at Zandvoort, and I was already turning in. He went for a late dive bomb, and as I went to turn out, he made contact with me, and I went into the wall. No damage, luckily, and then there was a massive pile up all the other cars at the back of the grid. I touched the wall, and I've spun my car around at the Monaco hairpin, and it's all went bad in Monaco. And the front wing's even more damaged, as I had to try and navigate that narrow bit of the track and get the car reversed. Pretty sure I did hit my rear wing off of the wall, so hopefully there's not too much damage to that, as I made contact with the wall in the tunnel, and it's all went bad in Monaco as I'm just trying to get the power and get through, and I've beached my car on the curb, and as I beached it I spun it. Now I have to get the car spun all the way around. Took a bit longer than I would have liked to get the car up through the gears and spin it around, but with all the damage I'm pretty sure I will have to pit at the end of this lap so I don't make any more bad decisions. Almost taking my tyre off there, as the front wing is that bad that I almost go slamming into that wall, almost like I did in the practice video and qualifying video for the Monaco GP here, ironically, and I almost did it again. But now coming into the pits, hopefully it's a good pit stop, getting the front wing off and getting all the wheels off. That is a big front wing. Looking at it when they change it, that is some risky aerodynamics that look like, with the big tusks almost coming out at the sides of them on to the floor. 7.6 seconds for the pit stop. So we come out of the pits now, and it's going to be a lonely race. A lonely race here in Monaco. But as I'm trying to catch up to the field, McLaren's do look fast. The Jordans and Benetton I might actually have to look out for, ironically, as we made contact with one of them at the start of the race. Except from that, there's not much to say else than go and check out the first video to see all the drama that happened in the first video, because trust me, there was quite a bit of drama in that first video. A last lap overtake for the win around Zandvoort in the Netherlands. All I can really say is go and check out that video, and go and check out the GP weekend videos. I'll link all them videos in the description if you've not checked them out. It'll spin the car again, so you got the power too early at the same bit. I don't know what's happening in Monaco after that strong time trial video that I posted, where I looked so strong around Monaco. But skipping ahead now a bit in lap 3, just does not look like it's going well in Monaco here. Just trying to keep it out of the wall as much as I can, as on lap 3. Skipping ahead to lap 4 now, as we're just coming through the swimming pool section, just past the swimming pool section, sorry, there as we go for the final hairpin, trying not to get on the power too early. And as I say that, I didn't think I was getting on that the power too early. There, I thought I was getting on it just enough that I didn't spin my car, but turns out I did. And that will be a car to lap us. So even if we do come into the pits, which was now that I'm editing and stuff, looking back on it, wasn't the bestest. I should have just finished the race there, but coming into the pits for a front line change because I thought I could go for the fastest lap on lap 5, but then not realising that I was lapped by first place. But now being lapped by first place as soon as we come out the pit lanes, that will be our race finished, and we will finish last here in Monaco. And it's a terrible result after having 2 podiums back to back in Zandvoort and a podium in Spain. But apart from that, it's not been the best race. It's definitely not been the best race so far in the driver career here for the 1990s driver career, as I said in the well, if you haven't watched the other one, check it out. But just trying to hype up the release for 2023, as there was gameplay revealed for 2023, so if you haven't seen that from the official F1 channel, go and check that out so you can see what's going on with the Las Vegas circuit and how the graphics look in the new F1 game. Apart from that, finishing last in Monaco is not the best result at all, and in the standings that's probably put my chances of winning the championship right down. But now looking at the championship, we are 450 points off of Benjamin Coppins in that McLaren for the lead, as our teammate did jump us to go up into third in the championship here in the 1990s driver career. Now Canada for the next race in Montreal. Here we go.
Welcome along then to race day at what we hope will be another thrilling Formula One Grand Prix. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on a circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today.
Lining up second on the grid here in Montreal. Montreal is probably one of my strongest circuits, but it is soaking wet, as David Crofty said in the opening. It is soaking wet here in Montreal. Can we try and get the jump on our teammate? Trying to get a good start. He did have a bit of wiggle on a bit of wheel spin as he got away, and we do go up round the outside of our teammate straight away on lap 1 as we're up into the lead of the Canadian GP in front of our teammate, and our teammate is in second and the McLaren is in third, just trying to stick with our teammate. We're just trying to pull a gap now and trying to extend our lead on lap 1 of this race. We did take the lead from our teammate as we had a much better start than our teammate. I have to say our teammate did have a bit of wheel spin on his car, if you didn't see that. But it is first place for us so far in the Canadian GP here in Montreal. Just trying to stay in front of our teammate now on lap 1 still, is that's the McLaren overtaking I think that was the Benetton overtaking the Jordan in 5th place there. Now going through the Canadian hairpin a bit too early, I have to say, looking back on it now. As I was driving, I thought the weather was a wee bit worse than it actually is. But going down the back straight before the main straight, we've got a 6/10 gap to our teammate who is in second still, which is good going. But the McLaren does have a lot more straight line speed, as he is a 10th behind my teammate now. and our teammate does get jumped, and I think our teammate was going slow there through the chicane. We do set fastest lap, obviously, in clean air. But it was a good opening lap as we do lead the Montreal GP here in Canada, and after coming off the back of a terrible Monaco GP, it looks like we could be on for a very good wet weather performance here in Montreal. I do go a wee bit wide through that long right hander. There's a bit understeer on the cars. The car starts to spin almost the rear end, just trying to step away from me there. I do set fastest sector 1 though here in Montreal on lap 2 of this race, up into 6th gear to go for the chicane. Try not to being as tight as I can, being as wide as I can on the entry without trying to clatter into that bit of road barrier that comes out there as you go under the bridge. Now through the hairpin, braking a wee bit later, coming off the brakes a wee bit earlier through the hairpin, and now down the straight, short shifting up into 3rd, and now up into 5th down this straight, as we've got a 1.6 second gap to 2nd place in that McLaren, and it does look like it's going to be a very good race for us here in Montreal. We could be on for the win as we tap the Wall of Champions is not the best. We didn't set fastest lap that lap, well we did, sorry, but second slow off as we skip ahead a bit into lap 3. Is still about a 1 second gap. 2 seconds as we're just trying to stay ahead as much as we can here in Montreal, just trying to defend the win as that McLaren is very fast. Not in the fastest straight line speed car, but we do have a good car just in terms of performance here in this driver career in the 1992 Williams. But here comes the McLaren with the straight line speed. He's closed that gap through the hairpin and down the straight. He's closed by a 10th down the straight with his straight line speeds. Usually I could be able to keep that 10th between me and him, but coming across the line about now as he's in 2nd place. We don't set fastest lap obviously, but skipping ahead now to lap 5, the final lap of the race. We do set fastest lap, even though we did have 2 red sectors and a green sector. 3 is a 1:33.605 is the fastest lap here in Canada in the 1992 Williams. But now on the final lap of the race, it is a 1.8 gap to 2nd place as they fell off on lap 4. Yeah, it does look like it's going to be a comfortable win for us here in Montreal. We do get fastest sector 1, which is good. It would be good to try and go a wee bit faster here in Montreal, but in front of the McLaren of 2nd place, which is honestly, I have to say, pretty good with their straight line speed and our lack of straight line speed. As I did tap the wall there, he has closed about 3/10 after me tapping the wall there. Now round the hairpin onto the final back straight. We do set a green sector 2, as I forgot to update you on that. As we come down the final back straight for the last time, about to go into the chicane and try not to make contact with the Wall of Champions. So we go into the chicane, try not to make contact with the Wall of Champions and risk our whole race. We don't make contact with the Wall of Champions, we stay a wee bit wider than we were meant to, but we are going to win the Montreal GP here in Canada, 1st place after coming 20th in the Monaco GP. Is a very good performance from us here in Montreal, and I have to say it's probably one of my most dominant performances in this 1992 Williams here in this driver career, as we do about to step on that top step of the podium for the 2nd time in this driver career, and on the podium for the 3rd time here in this driver career, and hopefully we can carry that momentum through to Austria and either go and get another one or stand on that podium either 2nd or 3rd if we don't get the win. Hopefully 2nd if we don't get the win, but honestly, I would like to challenge for that one. I want Spielberg in Austria and try and increase our points in how far away we are from first place in the standings. Looking at the standings now, as we're 40 points, still in fourth, 40 points ahead. Behind Benjamin Coppins in first in that McLaren, and it will be first in Montreal. What can we do in Spielberg for the Austrian GP here in the driver career?
The hills are alive with the sound of engines. It's race day at the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3.
Well, lining up on the grid second behind the McLaren. Not going to tweak the setup at all for the Austrian GP here in Spielberg. Starting second on the grid. See if we can get a good start and try and jump the McLaren how we jumped our teammate in Montreal. It's a bad start for us here in Spielberg as we're straight under attack by the McLaren, and our teammate, we're going to have to be forced the long way around through to keep the position from our teammate, but our teammate does have a slipstream on us here in Montreal, and he's going to try and go right round the outside of us into turn the uphill turn 3 now, braking a bit later than him. He'll have to stay really tight on that inside line, and he gets the overtake done. He's had to go a wee bit too tight and brake a lot more than he did on that inside line. Otherwise, if I kept on going on my path, we would have made contact. Trying to go down the inside here, braking too much. Not close enough to make the overtake on our teammate on lap 1, as we have been demoted down into 4th after starting second on the grid. Now through this long left-hander, which I'm usually good at getting an exit out of, trying to get the good traction on that inside curb. Now on the outside curb, just trying to catch up to our teammate as much as we can as we go for the final 2 corners of the lap. I'm usually really bad for the final turn of Austria, and it's carried through here to the driver career as I go too wide on that exit. Somehow not getting any track limit warnings here in the driver careers. I'm just trying to stick with my teammate on lap 2 now. There's a twitch there and I had to correct it, and that's cost me a lot of time and cost the slipstream from me and my teammate, and now I have to just try and catch up to him a lot more. Green sector 1 personal best, sector 1, which is good. I spin the car as the car just feels so slippery. No matter how much I don't go on the accelerator or do go on the accelerator, the car feels so slippery in this driver career after feeling amazing through the first 3 races of the season, and now it just feels dead slippery as we are down into 14th, and now it will just be trying to salvage points here in Spielberg, but I don't see us getting too many points here in Spielberg as lap 2 of 5. Now just trying to stick with this McLaren, I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe round the outside. I'm not close enough for the round the outside, but maybe I'm close enough for down the inside of this right-hander, and I might get ahead of him before the right-hander, as it's a drag race down that wee straight there on the run down into the right-hander. I get in front of him, and now it is the 2 Jordans, I'm sure that is, in front of me in 12th and 11th. Now just trying to catch up to the 2 Jordans in front of me, as I have to brake a wee bit earlier because they brake very early into that right-hander. Now right behind them, can I try and go round the outside or down the inside? It didn't work there, but now can I go right round the outside of both of them into turn 3? I do go for it as he comes in there, so I have to turn out just a wee bit, and now it is a drag race down to the right-hander. I get past one for the sure straight line speed, and there's so much straight line speed in this Williams compared to them two 7-Up Jordans there, which is incredible. As the McLaren comes out of nowhere down my inside through that left hander. He probably dive on both of the 7-Up Jordans behind me. And now I have to try and get past him all over again, try and replicate the same move I did the lap before. Now I'm going to try and go down the inside, replicating the exact same move down the inside on the lap before, and that is me up into 11th here for this Austrian GP. Skipping ahead to lap 4 now, I'm about to go into the final lap of the race. Nothing happened on lap 3, and nothing happened through lap 4. It was just a chasing game to 10th place in front. But now on the final lap of the race, hopefully we can just keep it nice and steady through this final lap. I'm definitely not catching 10th, but it would be good not to finish last. The car bounces everywhere as I touch the grass there, and the car almost goes it does go airborne. It almost goes too much. It almost goes too high in the air when I'm almost facing the sky. But now just trying to catch up to 10th place here on lap 5. Now just trying to keep it nice and tidy for this section. I go on the grass, and it's absolute disaster here in Spielberg as I get demoted all the way down into last. After having such a strong Montreal GP, it all goes back downhill, and surely that's my chances of the championship completely over. There is another 6 races left on this calendar, but I don't see me, the form I have right now, I don't see me pulling it back just yet. But all I can do is hope that good performances and good points are coming my way, and good consistency is coming my way. Through the last turn now to finish the Spielberg GP, it will be last again, and that is what, 3 lasts now, 1 DNF and 2 last places in this career, and 3 podiums here and in this career. It's not the best start to the first half of the season, but surely the second half will bring better luck, as I'm pretty sure the next race will be Britain, and then we move over to Belgium, and then I'm pretty sure it is the Italian GP in Monza for the 3rd race of that episode. But as they're celebrating on the podium, I'm in disbelief of how bad that race goes. But now looking at the standings, back still in 4th now, 58 points to the leader on the championship. But this will be Jay signing off from this video. But if you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe, and tune in for the next episode at the start of on a Wednesday for the 3rd installment of this series. This is Jay signing off from JS9.